Hey, what's going on? This is Dre, the film guy, and today we're talking about the GVM SD700B AIO. This has been one of my main lights here at the studio. I'm using it for the key light for this video with the softbox over it. And in this video, I want to show you how I've been using this light and what I like about the light and why a light like this can be really useful if you want a high output fixture for studio work. Right now, the SD700 is my main key light. Then I'm using the flathead F300B AIO for my hair light. I've got it placed right above me on a C-stand, so it gives me some separation on the back of my head and my shoulders. Then I'm using the GVM PF100B, creating a spotlight right here on the backdrop. And I've got that right there just to add a little bit more shape and depth. I'm not that far from the backdrop, so I'm using that shape there to help create some depth. So this whole setup is working together, but the star of the show here is definitely the SD700B AIO. This is an AIO. It's a really cool line that GVM has produced. So you got a 700 watt bicolor light with no ballast or no controller. Everything is in the light. So that's why it's called all-in-one, the AIO series. One of the biggest things that stands out with this light is the power. This is a 700 watt bicolor light, and that extra output really matters once you start shaping light. A lot of times on paper, a light can sound powerful, but the second you put a softbox on it, or you diffuse it, or you back the light up to get a better spread, you lose a lot of intensity. That's where a more powerful light starts to make more sense. For me, using the SD700B as a key light through a softbox is where it really becomes useful. I'm able to get that softer light, more flattering look, but I still have enough output left over that I'm not struggling to get exposure. I'm not maxing the light out just to make it work. I still have room to dim it down and room to shape the look the way that I want. That's one of the biggest advantages of having a stronger light as your main source. It gives you flexibility. You can make the light softer. You can place it where you want, and you can still keep enough intensity for a clean image. Another really cool thing here is that it's a bicolor light. So you can go warm or cool depending on the look that you want. That makes it really easy to match the rest of your scene, match ambient light, or just create a different mood without needing to swap fixtures or do anything complicated. Now, this light is designed for content creation, interviews, studio work, and production setups where you want good looking, reliable light. And that's really the category I see this fitting into. If you do talking head videos, interviews, product videos, commercial style content, or anything where lighting quality matters, having a powerful key light like this can make a big difference. What I also want to do with the SD700B is test it beyond just the studio setup. One thing I'm planning to do is run it outside and use it to imitate sunlight through the windows. And honestly, that's the kind of thing a more powerful light should be able to help with. If you're trying to fake a sunlight, especially through a window, you need output. I mean, you have to have enough intensity to create that motivated, directional look so it actually feels believable in the room. That's one of the areas where I think a light like this gets more interesting, because it's not just about using a soft studio key. It's about having enough power to experiment with more dramatic setups too. So I'm going to be using it throughout the studio, moving it around, trying different positions, and then testing that window light look to see how convincing I can make it. I think that's a more real way to look at a light like this, because specs are one thing, but seeing how it performs in an everyday setup is what actually matters. Another thing I like here is that this is an all-in-one style light, so the setup feels a little more straightforward and streamlined. It's also Bowens mount, which is a big deal because it means you can use a wide range of modifiers with it. If you already have soft boxes or other Bowens accessories, that makes it a lot easier to fit into an existing setup. And for creators, that means a lot. A light can be powerful, But if it's annoying to work with or hard to integrate into your workflow, that takes away from the experience. What you really want is something that gives you output, flexibility, and setup that makes sense in a working studio environment. So overall, my first impression of the GVM SD700B AIO is that it makes a lot of sense as a serious key light. If you want a fixture with enough power to push through diffusion, enough flexibility to work with different color temperatures, and with more advanced setups like fake sunlight or bigger studio lighting, this looks like a really strong option. And in this setup specifically, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. It's giving me a solid, soft, clean key light, while the F300B handles the hair light and the PF100B adds shape to the background. So that's the setup I'm working with right now, and I'm excited to keep testing this light in more real-world situations around the studio and outside the studio too. So in this shot, I am positioning the 700 outside the window. We're going to have it on the sunlight, and we're going to blast this through the window to imitate the sun. So you'll be able to see on the other side what it's actually going to do. So guys, right now I have the SD700B AIO on the outside of the studio, shining in through the window, imitating the sunlight. And this is what it looks like when I cut the light off. That's what it looks like with the imitation sun out and off. We're going to cut it back on so you can see the difference. If you've been looking for a high quality output bicolor light for studio work, definitely keep your eye on the SD700 AIO. And if this video has resonated with you, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment so that we can connect. And like always, I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, this is Dre the Film Guy signing off. Peace.